Joining us right now, Jim. Oh, we got to do the Olympics theme, right? Isn't that like a mandatory that we play the
law,
Olympics theme? Let's do this here, Mike McKay. Let's get ready. Thank you. Oh man, we almost got fined there by the International Olympic Committee. Joining us right now, Jim.
Would not be happy.
Jim Ryan, ABC News. He's out there in Sochi doing all your Olympic coverage for you. Good morning or good afternoon, or what is it out there?
It's about a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, yes.
And, well, give us the update here. How's the U.S. doing? How are the Olympics shaping up?
We're doing okay. You know, we've got 2 gold medals, 2 bronze medals. That's tied for the gold medal count. We're in a second place for the overall count. I think Norway is still leading us with 7 medals all together. That would be gold, silver, and bronze all told. But you know, we could see some changes later today. Julie Mancuso has the fastest time in the downhill portion of the women's super combined. She'll do the slaloms this afternoon. She could take gold if this luck holds out.
And everybody always focuses on the figure skating amongst many of these sports. It's such a big deal, right? And we have the first time now they're doing team figure skating, sort of like team gymnastics. And the Russians took that. What's the deal with, I don't know if you know internet memes over there, if you're on top of these things, but Ashley Wagner's reaction to the judges yesterday has gone all viral on Facebook and Twitter here in the States. Did she get robbed, and did the U.S. team get robbed?
Well, nobody's saying that publicly. Certainly she isn't, but I think her face told it all when she saw those numbers. Boy, you saw that face, the look of shock, her jaw drops. I mean, the picture taken a few seconds before that, she was happy and excited, and boom.
Yeah, and by the way, her scores put her in 4th place there behind a Japanese skater who had fallen during her routine.
I know. Well, Jeremy Abbott, though, the other part of that team event, he has a chance next week when he takes to the ice for men's figure skating. He could turn that bronze into gold. He's expected to do very well.
Well, getting back to the Ashley thing, I mean, is there talk about, some people would say, okay, look, you take your lumps, you take your score, you move on, you smile. I mean, is there any talk about, is this poor sportsmanship on behalf of the Americans?
No, I don't think so. It wasn't anything planned. It wasn't something she had thought about. I think it was just her initial gut reaction to seeing those numbers. And, she wasn't expecting that. She saw the number, and her jaw just dropped. And, of course, someone took a picture. And naturally, in 2014, that picture goes viral. It's all over Twitter.
Exactly. All right, so talk about Bodie Miller not living up to the expectations.
No, you're right. And, I think he was as disappointed as anybody, probably a lot more disappointed. He has a chance to redeem himself in later events, but certainly it wasn't the kind of start that he was hoping for. I think he finished 8th, and so, he was way out of medal contention.
And, of course, Shaun White, snowboarding phenomenon, trying to go for a record here, and he purposely dropped out of the slope style so he could focus on half-pipe. Now, where is he standing here with half-pipe?
Well, I think people favor him still. He's still, the best-known snowboarder in the world probably at this point, and certainly the United States is staking its hopes on him. I don't think he has any regrets, though, about not staying with the slope style. Sage Katzenberg, Jamie Anderson, in their respective runs, took gold. Those are our 2 gold medals right now. The United States does very well in those X Games style events.
And that's tomorrow, right, the half-pipe for men, Jim Ryan?
On Tuesday, yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right, and then also let's cut to the chase here. I was at P.F. Chang's picking up my dinner last night, and I look over at the bar, and there's the sports television going on, and I got sort of excited. I go, hockey already started, and then I saw, why are they showing Pee-wee hockey? Oh, it was women's hockey. So I got kind of, I know that's not fair, but, come on. I like hockey, men's hockey, real hockey. When does the men's hockey start?
Listen, hockey starts later in this week, but right now, Team USA is up 5-0 in the first period. I think the first period is just about to wrap up against Switzerland.
Oh, that's huge. That is huge.
Well, yeah, and they've already beaten Finland. They'll move on next. It's going to be women's hockey, USA versus Russia.
Is that what it's going to be? All right. Brian's angry at me because I knocked our women's hockey team. I'm not knocking them. I'm knocking the sport itself.
Listen, I tell you, they think they play hard. Hey, listen, here's my question. On this day, has anybody yet had to kick their way through a bathroom door?
Not that I've heard about it, but I do know there were pictures tweeted of a British athlete who walked up, stumbled, almost went into an open elevator shaft.
Oh, my goodness, really?
On Twitter, yeah.
Wow.
So, these little problems persist.
Yeah, I mean, but there was a lot of talk about this weekend about the U.S. athlete who got stuck in a bathroom.
Yeah, a Texan. He was stuck
Of
in
course,
and
he was a
initially, I don't know if it was a problem in translation or what, but some people thought that he actually used his bobsled to smash the door open. Well, he didn't. He used his bobsled training in his elbows and fists to smash the door down and get out.
Jim Ryan, a lot of talk, of course, about Vladimir Putin and concerns about how these games are going to go off, and a lot of the pressure being put on the Russian people to make sure this happens without major problems. So far, now that we're into day 3, is it, or day 4 technically? How is it going?
Exactly. Well, I think it's okay. He maybe felt a little more relaxed last night. He visited the Dutch house, where a celebration was going on, and was able to kind of congratulate some of the athletes there. He met up with Irene Wust, and supposedly gave her a nice hug, gave her a congratulatory pat on the back, and then went on his way.
And one other question with regard to that, I noticed in the opening ceremonies, a lot of the countries sort of on their own, or many players on their own, were wearing these rainbow-colored gloves as a statement of solidarity for gay rights. Have there been any other outward demonstrations or outward showings there in Olympic Village or around the town?
Not really, and even the gloves, I'll tell you this, they're made by a company called Bosco, a Russian company. Those are the colors of the Olympic rings, too. So while I think some people are reading into it, they're also, maybe it's kind of a veiled sort of support or opposition to the Russian law, but it's also the Olympic rings, and they're touted on a company called Bosco and their gloves out there. Bosco is kind of a company like Under Armour or Nike. They make all sorts of sports apparel.
Speaking of the rings, there was that moment during the opening ceremonies. I don't think we've talked to you since that happened, where one of the rings did not open. And there's been quite the controversy about a lot of joking that some stage manager has now made his way to Siberia in a not too pleasant way as a result of that. But do I have this correctly, that Putin did not actually see that on his television monitor?
He didn't. He was standing. He was waiting to go out onto the stage, and so somebody caught a picture of him in kind of a green room area, I guess, and his back was to the TV monitor as that was actually happening. Later, I understand then that the edited version that aired here in Russia did not include the malfunction there with the big Olympic ring made from a snowflake, that they used some rehearsal footage, dropped that in there, and so the Russian people saw all 5 of the rings appear.
Unbelievable. Jim Ryan, we're going to let you go, but because we know you got probably a whole spread of caviar and champagne that you need to go devour, because that's how they're feeding you there in Russia, right?
A spread of radio live hits through 10:05 this morning. You're number 2 out of 50.
All right,
2 out of 50.
Well, I am curious though. Are you eating any good food, or are they pretty much making the media eat whatever hot dogs or whatever American food is there, or are you actually able to sample some of the Russian fare?
No, I've been out and I've tried beef medallions. I'm going to try borscht. I found a place to eat borscht. Never had it before. And looking forward to that. But no, you can wander around at night, middle of the night when work finishes up, and all sorts of great places to eat and some really, really wonderful food. Nice people.
Jim Ryan, tomorrow morning we want a borscht report. I want a full borscht report, because you can't beat borscht. You see that? Thank you very much. Jim Ryan, live from Sochi. Happy Olympics, Jim.